I have 9 years left until I'm supposed to retire. And I've decided I don't want to wait that long. I'm 53. I'm a grandfather. I've got debt I need to get rid of, a paycheck I still depend on, and a clock that feels like it's getting louder every year. So I came up with a plan, 5 steps to go from depending completely on a paycheck to needing it less and less until one day you don't need it at all. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through all 5 steps. And then at the end, I'll show you where you can get the entire plan written down completely free. There's no get rich quick anything here, and I won't ignore debt. This is the plan I'm actually using in my own life, right down to delivering food most weeknights after I finish my full-time job. Because right now, every extra dollar I find and every extra dollar I earn is going toward debt. And I think most people, especially if you're my age, have done the scary math in their head at some point. How many working years do I have left? How much have I actually saved? What happens if the answer is not enough? And when the numbers don't look good, a lot of people close the tab, put the paperwork away, and go back to work. Not because they're lazy and not because they don't care. Most of us were just never handed a map. That's what this is. Step 1, stand, as in see where you stand, because you can't build a path out of a fog. So the first move isn't about cutting or counseling anything. It's just looking at what's really there. What comes in, what has to go out, what quietly leaks out without you noticing, and what's already spoken for every month. The debt, the obligations, the things that can't just disappear overnight. And for now, rounded numbers are fine. You don't need a perfect spreadsheet to get started. This is also where AI can really start earning its keep. You can give it a messy list of expenses, and it can help you sort through the information and organize your thinking. And honestly, a lot of people who finally sit down and do this realize the fog was actually scarier than the numbers. Step 2, sort. Every bill, every debt, and every subscription goes into one of 4 buckets: keep, cut, reduce, or accept. Keep is what has to stay: housing, food, utilities, the real essentials. Cut is what can go because it no longer supports the life you're trying to build. Reduce means it still matters, but the cost might be able to shrink. Maybe it's the phone plan, the insurance, or all those bundles and services that slowly grow over time. And then there's accept. That one's important because some debts, some expenses, and some obligations are going to stay for a season. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're dealing with real life, and planning around reality is a whole lot better than pretending it isn't there. Step 3 is decide. Sorting shows you what your options are. Deciding is where something finally changes. You choose the cuts, you choose the reductions, and you make peace with what may need to stay for a little while longer. But there's one rule I'm trying hard not to break. When I cancel a subscription, lower a bill, or catch some fee I never should have been paying, the money doesn't just disappear back into the month. It gets sent straight towards the debt. $20 here, $40 there. It may not sound like a lot, but $90 a month is more than $1,000 over the course of a year. And that's money that was already inside the house. It just didn't have a destination yet. Step 4 is build. Build your final budget. And this is the step I think a lot of people never get to, but it can completely change everything. Your current budget is not necessarily your final budget. A lot of people look at their paychecks and think, there's no way I could ever replace this much money. And if the goal is to replace every dollar while keeping life exactly the way it looks today, they may be right. But I think that's the wrong question. The better question is, what will my life actually need to cost once the debt is gone, the leaks are plugged, and I'm honest about what really needs to stay? That smaller, more honest number is the number you're really chasing. Step 5 is move. Start marching your money towards freedom. Take that final budget number and subtract any income you know you can count on that doesn't come from your full-time job. Maybe that's a pension, Social Security, rental income, a side business, or something else. And if the answer is 0 right now, write down 0. There's no shame in that. Whatever is left, that's your gap. And understanding that gap changes everything. Replace my entire paycheck can feel almost impossible, but close this gap one move at a time, that feels like an actual project. Every debt you pay off makes the gap smaller. Every bill you reduce makes the gap smaller. And every dollar of income you build for yourself shrinks it from the other direction. Everything you do on this path is attacking the same number. So that's the plan. Stand, sort, decide, build, and move. I put the whole plan in a free guide called the Paycheck Freedom Blueprint. It includes the steps, the AI prompts I use to work through them, and the worksheets to help you start running your own numbers. There's no catch and there's no price tag. It's the map I'm following myself. And honestly, I'd rather walk this road with other people like you who are trying to do the same thing. The link is right below this video, and from here on out, every video on this channel will be another stop somewhere along this path. Some weeks we'll break down a bill, some weeks we'll figure out what the stuff sitting in the garage might actually be worth, and some weeks I'll run my own real numbers on camera and you'll see the results at the same time I do. So if you're over 50, still working, and tired of letting the paycheck decide everything, you're in the right place. Please subscribe and come along on this journey with me, one real life decision at a time, until we finish on our terms.